Okay, so picture this. There's a neighborhood in Tokyo that used to be bigger than Ikebukuro. It had a train line, a tram line, a geisha district with hundreds of women, a department store, the works. Today, that same neighborhood has a boutique hotel by one of Japan's most prestigious resort brands, right next to a red light district. Same street, 5 minutes on foot. This is Otsuka, and almost nobody outside of Japan knows what happened here. April 1st, 1903. 3 stations opened on the Yamanote line on the exact same day. Sugamo, Otsuka, Ikebukuro. Same starting line, same infrastructure, same moment in history. But Otsuka had something Ikebukuro didn't. 1911, the OG Electric Railway extended its tram line into Otsuka. That was the moment everything changed. Otsuka became the only station in northern Tokyo where the Yamanote line and a tram network crossed. One transfer point connecting the entire north of the city. People came, shops came, money came. Contemporary records describe it plainly. The energy of Otsuka, with its restaurants, tea houses, and geisha halls, surpassed Ikebukuro. Ikebukuro, at the time, was still mostly fields. 1922, Otsuka received official designation as a sanguchi, a licensed entertainment district combining restaurants, tea houses, and geisha quarters. Before we go further, a quick correction to something Western media gets consistently wrong. Geisha were not sex workers. They were performers, trained for years in music, dance, and the art of conversation. A geisha district was the high-end social infrastructure of pre-war Japan. Politicians, military officers, business elites. This was where deals were made and status was performed. The following year, the Great Kanto earthquake leveled much of Tokyo. Otsuka was largely spared. Other districts were destroyed. Their businesses relocated. Their clientele followed. The earthquake paradoxically accelerated Otsuka's rise. By 1931, the numbers told the story. The largest flower district in northern Tokyo. In 1937, the Shirokiya department store opened a branch at the north exit, a department store in a neighborhood that, 20 years earlier, had been unremarkable. Otsuka survived the war. The 1945 fire bombings devastated Tokyo, but the district rebuilt. By the mid-1960s, 50 tea houses still operating, 400 geisha. The label, the biggest entertainment district in northern Tokyo, still applied. South exit, lantern-lit alleyways, the sound of the shamisen at night. Ikebukuro was a different world entirely. But Ikebukuro had been changing quietly. The Tobu Tojo line, the Seibu Ikebukuro line, 2 major private railways from Saitama and northwestern Tokyo converging on a single station. Combined with the Yamanote line, Ikebukuro became a transit hub of a different scale entirely. Department stores moved in, office towers followed. The Japanese government officially designated it a Fuku Toshin, a sub-center of Tokyo. Otsuka had none of that. It had a flower district, a tram, a loyal local crowd. But the nature of entertainment was shifting. The formal geisha banquet, expensive, ritualized, requiring advance booking, was being replaced by something faster and cheaper. Cabarets, hostess bars, establishments with lower barriers and shorter evenings. By the late 1960s and into the 1970s, the gap between Otsuka and Ikebukuro had become impossible to ignore. In terms of urban scale, there was no longer a comparison to make. Here's the thing about demand. It doesn't disappear, it migrates. As the geisha halls of the south exit quietly closed, one by one, across the 1970s and 80s, something else was taking shape on the north side of the station. The clientele that once filled the tea houses didn't stop coming to Otsuka. They just started going somewhere different. Today, Otsuka's north exit is one of Tokyo's most concentrated late-night entertainment districts. What was once the city's most refined nightlife quarter has become something considerably more unfiltered. Demand doesn't die. It just changes its mask. And through all of it, the rise, the peak, the reversal, the transformation, the tram kept running. The Tokyo Sakura Tram, formerly the Oji Electric Railway, the line that helped build Otsuka's golden age, still departs from the station's north exit every few minutes. At its peak, Tokyo had over 200 kilometers of tram lines, more than 100 routes crossing the city. Then came the cars, the expressways, the subway expansion. One by one, the tram routes were shut down. By 1978, almost the entire network was gone. The Arakawa line survived for a specific, almost accidental reason. The majority of its route runs on dedicated track, physically separated from road traffic. Converting it to buses would have been more disruptive than keeping it running. It wasn't saved because anyone loved it. It was saved because dismantling it was inconvenient. Tokyo was racing toward the future. Otsuka just never got the memo. 2018, Hoshino Resort opened Omo 5 Tokyo Otsuka at the north exit. 13 floors, designed for international visitors. One of Japan's most recognized hospitality brands, planting its flag in a neighborhood that most Tokyo guidebooks don't mention. The same year, a renovated alley of small bars and restaurants opened nearby. Styled after old merchant town architecture, lit with warm lanterns, built for the kind of nostalgic atmosphere that photographs well. So here's what Otsuka looks like right now. A tram, a boutique hotel, a lantern-lit bar alley, the shadow side of the city, all within 5 minutes of each other. And at the south exit, a major redevelopment project is underway. Urban planning approval expected in 2026, construction through the late 2020s, completion sometime in the early 2030s. When that's finished, when the old connected shop fronts come down and the mixed-use towers go up, the question is, what survives? The Geisha district is already gone. The department store is gone. The tram stays for now. That side of the city has no announced end date. Otsuka spent a century being the city that almost became something else. Now it's about to become something else again. And this time, it probably won't look back. If you made it this far, thank you. If you want to see more stories like this from the parts of Japan that don't make it into the travel guides, subscribe. There's a lot more where this came from.